Hello, and welcome to another video. October is already upon us, and I've received requests from people to do an updated Arch install video. Your wish is my command. For this from scratch install video, I have selected btrfs as root with multiple subvolumes, zramd for swap, LightDM for the display manager, and the Mate desktop to round things out. Full disclosure, I had to build a fresh Arch release ISO yesterday, September 30th, in order to do a quality assurance for the video today. Every step I do here is well documented in the excellent Arch Wiki, and I strongly encourage you to hit pause as needed to read the relevant sections. Let's roll up our sleeves and begin. Here I'm booting up a KVM with the latest Arch ISO that I built earlier this morning. And let's go let it come up. There we go. So first give root a password for safety. Enter it once and twice. All right. So if you have a wireless card that you need to connect to, just do IWCTL, then do something like station WLAN 0, connect, and then put in your SSID here. It'll ask you for your password if you have one. And that way you can connect via Wi-Fi. And then you can do an IPA, and I can see here we have an IP address of 10.1.10.177. So it looks like we're connected. Let's first do a time date CTL. Set-NTP true. Okay. Let's set up reflector -- country. I'm in the US. -- age 2 -- protocol HTTPS -- latest 3 latest 3 update mirrors -- sort rate. And we'll save it to /etsy /pacman.d /mirrorlist, the usual place. Okay, failed to rate one of the mirrors. That's okay, I think that's harmless. Let's do a pacman -syy. Good, okay, so our databases have been synchronized. Let's clear the screen and do an LSBLK, which shows VDA 128 gigs available. So let's install there. So we do a gdisk /dev/VDA. Let's create the EFI system partition of 600 megabytes of type EF00. Let's call it EFI. Then the second partition, we'll take the rest of the disk as a Linux file system. We'll call it root. Let's print. So we got 2 partitions today. Looks good. So let's write. Yes, okay. There we go. Let's clear the screen and do a make fs.vfat /dev/VDA1 for our EFI system partition, which is FAT32. Next, let's do the root btrfs, make fs.btrfs, label it as arch root /dev/VDA2. Ah, yes, I've been reusing this virtual disk, so let me force the reformat with the -f command, and there you go. -f switch, rather. Okay, clearing the screen, and let's mount /dev/VDA2, our root file system, on /mount. Let's cd into it and create our subvolumes with btrfs, subvolume, create, that's our root subvolume. Up arrow, and let's do the same for home. For cache, that's for /var/cache, /var/log. And also, finally, for data, where I put VM images and gaming files, etc. Let's unmount /mount, and next, let's mount with the options no A time, compress equal Z standard. Space underscore cache. Discard equals asynchronous. Subvolume will be the root subvolume. The device is /dev/vda2 on/mount. And hit enter. Cool. Now that we've got that mount taken care of, let's create the mount directories with boot/EFI, home, var/cache, and var/log, and data. And put that in curly braces. So there are our mount points. So let's do a couple of up arrows and do the same for home. Would be on mount home. Do the same for cache, which will go on var cache. And once again for log, which will be on var/log. And one more time for the data subvolume. That'll be on /mount/data. There we go. Let's mount the EFI system partition with mount dev vda1 /mount/boot/EFI. Good, we have all our partitions mounted, including the subvolumes. Let's do an lsblk. Sure enough, everything's there as it should be. So let's clear the screen and do a pack strap. Our first pack strap with the base packages. Pack strap /mount base-devel Linux-LTS Linux-firmware Intel-microcode. Do AMD as appropriate. Let's do a new line here. sysfs utils. We also need btrfs progs. We'll need crypt setup. Also device -mapper. DHCP client daemon. Dialog. E2fs progs. New line. And we'll put here grml -zshell -config grub gptfdisk, useful utility, less lvm2, make init copy IO, nano editor, neofetch, netctl, do a new line here, nvme-cli, os-prober, vim, and zshell. And let's take a look and check for typos. Doesn't look like it, so off to the races. All right, that's done successfully. Let's clear the screen and do the file system table with genfs tab -U/mount and redirect to /mount/etc/fstab. All right, so now we can chroot into it with arch-chroot/mount. Let's check out the file system table. Looks like all our partitions are taken care of, including all the subvolumes. Very good. Okay, let's do an ln-sf user share zone info America, Los Angeles, because that's my time zone. And let's link it to /etc/local time. That's taken care of. Hardware clock, and let's do sys2hc. Get that synchronized. So programmatically, let's string edit -i $en_us.utf-8. And let's uncomment it with en_us.utf-8 /, and that's what uncomments the whole thing. For etc locale.gen rather, and then run the locale-gen command. I think I typed all that correctly. Yep. Okay. So that's done. Next, let's set the host name with echo matic. Send it to etc hostname. So that's going to be our host name today. Echo, in quotes, 127.0.0.1. That'll be localhost. And we'll send that to the /etc/hosts file. Let's do an up arrow and do the same for IP version 6. Be : 1. Let's line up the local host here and hit enter. And one more time, an up arrow, or actually we just type it out. : 127.0.1.1. And it'll be matic.localdomain matic, which is our host name. And we'll send that to etc hosts. That's the third line there. So let's take a look and see what etc hosts looks like. Yeah, we've got IPv4 localhost, 6 localhost, and the local domain stuff. Good. All right. Let's give ourselves the root password, or set the root password rather. And let's clear the screen. And next step would be, let's take a look here. Oh yes, pacman -s. We'll install grub, EFI boot mgr, network manager, network-manager -applet. We'll do a new line here. Network manager -openvpn, which comes in very handy. WPA_supplicant, mtools, dialog, DOSFS tools, reflector. We'll do a new line here. Linux-LTS-headers. I like the long-term support kernel. Avahi, xdg-user-dirs. Also xdg-utils. GVFS, GVFS-SMB for Samba, NFS-utils. I'll do a new line here. Always checking for typos. Next, we'll do NTFS-3G, INET-utils, DNS-utils, Blueman for Bluetooth, Blues-tools, ALSA-utils, ALSA-plugins, and we'll do a new line here. ALSA-firmware, ALSA-OSS for open source sound system, Pulse Audio, Pulse Audio-0conf, Pulse Audio ALSA, if I can type. Do a new line here. Pulse Audio Bluetooth, Pulse Audio equalizer, Pulse Audio jack, OpenSSH. We can SSH into this box. rsync we'll need later. New line. Okay, hope I don't have a typo here. htop, ACPI, ACPI daemon, NSS-mDNS for hostname resolution, local hostname, Git, and TLP. Okay, I'm scanning here quickly, looking for typos. A typo can ruin your day here. A lot of typing. Okay, let's proceed with all the defaults. All right, that was successful. I guess no typos. So let's install grub. Grub-install --target equals x86 underscore 64 -EFI, change to AMD as needed, --EFI -directory, and we'll set that to /boot /EFI. And we'll do a --bootloader -ID. We'll label that in the BIOS as Arch Linux. Yeah, there we go. No error reported. Good. Let's do the config for grub. Grub-make-config -o /boot /grub /grub.cfg. And hit enter. All right, we got a boot menu entry now for UEFI. So let's clear the screen and do a systemctl enable ACPID. And we'll also enable Avahi -daemon. We'll also enable Bluetooth and file system trim .timer for SSDs, as well as a network manager, very important, and reflector .timer. Update that mirror list. Also, we'd like to enable the secure shell daemon, as well as TLP if you're on a laptop, a battery operated device, for power management. So let's add a user. User add -mu -s /bin /z shell we're using today. We'll add the groups in the new line here. Sys, log, network, floppy, scanner, power, rfkill, users, video, storage, optical, LP, audio, wheel, and ADM. And we'll put a new line here, and this is for the user, myself, Stephen. And we'll hit enter. And the user, Stephen, has been added. Let's give Stephen a password. I'll enter it once and twice to confirm. And we are set. Okay, let's clear the screen, and let's set the editor to nano for our vi sudo, because what we need to do is uncomment the wheels section, so that members of group wheel can sudo. So let's write that out. Okay, sudo is taken care of. So let's clear the screen and make init copy IO and -p, and we're running the Linux long-term support kernel, or LTS, long-term stability, rather. You keep forgetting what it stands for. Long-term something. All right, that's done. So now we have an entry for the LTS kernel. So let's cd into etc xdg reflector, and let's do the reflector configuration. Let's move the reflector.conf, keep it for posterity, the existing one. Let's nano a new one. And in it, we do the same thing as we did earlier. We set the country to US. Age will be 2 hours, I think. Protocol will be the secure HTTP. We'll do the latest 3 mirrors have been updated. And we'll sort by the speed of download, or sort rate. And we'll save it to the usual spot, etc. pacman.d mirror list. All right, that looks good to me, so we'll write it out. Good, reflector's done. Next, let's do the hook for the kernel upgrades. So we can roll back if necessary. This is a rolling distribution. So we'll make the pacman.d hooks directory. We'll nano etc pacman.d /hooks 50 boot backup.hook. Again, this is in the Arch Wiki. So pretty much very close to what's in the Arch Wiki. I just changed a few things. So in it, the trigger section in square brackets is operation equals upgrade, operation equals install, operation equals remove. So those are the triggers. Also, the type will be path, so watch the path for trigger. The target path is without a /, just user/lib/modules /*/vmlinux. Again, without the leading slash. That's how it's configured properly. Not a mistake. The action section in square brackets, we've got depends on rsync. Description will be, this will print on the console when it does it, backing up /boot ellipsis. Next, when does it do it? Well, it'll happen during the pre-transaction, and it'll execute /user/bin/rsync, that's where it lives, /a//delete /boot, and we'll back it up to /boot-backup. And that should work just fine, according to my testing. Okay, that's taken care of. Let's get out of the chroot session with exit. Let's unmount everything we can. We can't do everything, but as much as we can. And let's reboot. Got a base install. There we go. Grub is installed correctly. We've got the Arch Linux entry. And there we go, the latest LTS kernel. Let's log in as Steven. Give it my password. Steven@matic. Okay, so yay is really handy to have. So let's build it. Git clone https://aur.archlinux.org/yay. Hit enter. It clones it into our local master. Let's do a make package -si package build. Hit enter. And I'll enter my password since I'm a sudoer. And hit yes to continue. So it needs to install some packages to build. So we'll let it do that. And let's proceed. There we go. It's installed. Yay is installed. So let's go back to our home directory. Remove our build directory for yay. Let's type yay. Or let's do free first. So we don't have a swap, right? I didn't set up a swap partition. So let's do yay. Because what we want to do with yay first is do a yay-s zramd. So we can swap to zram. So let's go with defaults here. And let it do its thing. Okay, zram daemon has been built. So let's enable the service with sudo systemctl enable --now, please, zramd.service. There we go, the symlink has been created. Let's do free-h again, and there's our swap. So it's a swapping to compressed RAM. Perfect. Okay, so we've got swap set up. Let's do yay -s and install some more packages, such as for xorg, xorg-apps, xorg-server, xorg-drivers, xorg-xkill, xorg-xinit, xterm, and mesa. And we'll just go with all the defaults here. Let it install. So there's our xorg services. All right, let's clear the terminal and do a yay -s. Let's install mate, mate-extra, mate-applet-doc, transmission.gtk. I like that program very much. Chromium as the browser today. Let's do a new line here. And also install gnome-disk-utility, gnome-package kit, LightDM for display manager, LightDM-greeter. Let's do a new line here. LightDM-GTK-greeter-settings. Accounts service. And also I want to always put in dconf-editor. Looking through typos. Okay, let's do a default, all defaults. And install mate. It couldn't find LightDM-greeter. Oh, I think I forgot the GTK in there. So let's try that. Yay-S LightDM-GTK-greeter. That's what we want. The GNOME Toolkit greeter. Yes. Okay, that fixed it. Oh, it's reinstalling. Oh, okay. So I didn't need to do that. It was okay. So let's enable the LightDM.service with the usual way. There you got our symlink. So now you've got our display manager. I also like to install timeshift-autosnap, which pulls in timeshift. Some very good updates lately that makes timeshift very useful. So let's install that. All right, timeshift is in. And I also like to install some fonts here. Yay-S, TTF-Roboto, Cantarell-fonts. Also firewall configurator, GUFW, very good. Oh, Cantarell is already in there. Okay, cool. So, let's see, let's clear the screen. And let's reboot, see what happens. All right, we're back to Arch Linux boot. And there's our LightDM greeter. Let's log in. And there's our Mate session. So about Mate 1.26. Okay. Yeah, that's the Arch ISO I just created, which is still dated September, even though it's October. Let's go to displays and set a higher resolution. There we go. That looks a lot sharper and better. Go ahead and close that. Okay, let's change the appearance here quickly. Don't want to waste your time here. Just want to test and see if the basics work. Yep. And let's change the background to something a little less yellowish green. How about some nice green leaves in the background? Okay. So we've got a good Mate install here. Let's do a time shift. Let's run it. It already did a time shift actually, but we want to configure it. Let's go with the defaults here. I'm just going to click next. I've all seen this before a million times. Okay, yeah, we already have, with the font installation, we already have a snapshot. So yeah, that's 2021 time shift. And we can browse the files that we want to roll back to with time shift. Yeah, it's a very handy program. Just as good as Snapper, if you ask me, at least for my purposes. So yeah, so we can roll back if we need to. So I think our mission is accomplished for today. We're running Mate 1.26 successfully. That was a lot of typing, so thank you for sticking with it. You now should have a solid Mate base install ready for your own software and explorations. Please leave comments, like, and subscribe if you find these tutorials useful. Until next time, take care.